I'm trying to do is, you'll see right now, I'm trying to hang off of these brackets here on the metal brackets, these ones right here. But if you notice, it sits like that. So we don't... Man, I was trying to record me putting this in. I had the fairing on and all that, and I was actually putting these things in, but I didn't hit record, so basically it was just playing. It was just watching me the whole time. I don't know why, but anyways, so I ended up getting this bracket here to mount for the amp, to have something to mount on really good. And my biggest thing was fairing clearance, which I already went through it. I put the fairing on, which I tried to record it, but it didn't happen. I put the fairing on, it fitted, so that was like one of the big concerns out the way. I ended up breaking my freaking toggle switch. So I just bought one too, so I just had to get another one, but it's no big deal. I ended up going with the aluminum plate here, and that's going to be hard mounted on these metal brackets here, not just the deck itself. So I think it's going to bring some strength, and it's going to bring some stability itself overall for the amp, because you got some weight to it. A lot of people ask me why I didn't just run them in the bags. I had that option. I was thinking about doing it, but what was happening, even when I had my 4 6x9s in there, when I got to 80 90, the back end used to wiggle like this. It used to fishtail, and that's why I was having an issue with it. So I ended up taking 2 6x9s and leaving the ones in lids in to take weight out of the bags, because the bags were actually kind of heavy with all 4 6x9s. And for me, the route riding that I do, I ride long periods of time and pretty far, and I like going a little bit fast, especially when I'm riding with my friends, man. They be wilding out, so we be going. I want to make sure I'm safe, and especially if I have my girl in the back, I want to make sure we're safe. So that's why I wanted to mount this in the front, so it could be centered and there won't be any wobbles in the back. But yeah, I didn't want to go with the aluminum plate. The reason why I chose aluminum was just heat transfer, heat dissipation. I could tell when I was heating it up and I was bending it, it would get hot fast, and it would cool hot really fast too. So the whole thing with this is the deck's gonna be hot, right? And then you're gonna have the amp hot, and I didn't want to overheat it, especially because everything's going to be enclosed, especially with my speakers and everything like that. So I wanted to make sure I get enough air, ventilation in there, and then for it not to be too hot. If it gets too hot, it's gonna, I mean, it's gonna end up overworking itself and basically killing itself out. I mean, this is like a $300 to $400 amp. I'm not sure, but I'm trying to expand the life of it as much as I can. A lot of people was asking me, why don't you go with the smaller amp? You know, you could sit on the deck a little bit better. I bought this about 3 to 4 years ago when I was first starting my build. That was the biggest thing. And the amp, I already knew what I wanted to get. And this was actually intended for the RoadGlide conversion that I got up there. But, I mean, now I'm just making it work. So yeah, now I'm gonna replace these speakers here. I gotta go down here. I'm gonna put some horns in. I got some horns. They're not really all that good, but I'm gonna run them until whenever. And then for the 6.5, I'm gonna run coaxes. So those should sound really good with my two 6x9s in the bags. And yeah. So all I gotta do left is finish up the wiring. I'm gonna clean this up. I went to Harbor Freight today to go grab some wire loom. I'm gonna clean that up, put that in there so it's not, all the wires aren't exposed so much. And run my amp wire kit through, and we're gonna get ready.